My name is Insane Rave, and I am back with another episode of Loaded from the Field. I am extremely tired and extremely grumpy, so let's just go. Um, and yes, I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 again, mainly because I want to get the Platinum Trophy for it. Even though it is a terrible game, I just want to finish it. I have very few levels left, so until I get the final level, get to level 50, I'm going to keep playing it. And it's going to keep being a thing. So, in the last letter from the field, I promised I would talk about something because I kind of ran out of time last time to talk about it. So this is going to be a very awkward video. And when I say awkward video, mainly because it's going to have two distinct feels. It's going to have the cleanup of last week and then what actually happened this week. So I want to talk about last week real quick just to kind of get out of the way. I'm a very prideful person. I'm a very prideful person. And what I mean by that is that I am shitty at a lot of things, and I try to work on those things, and that's good. That's something that a lot of people should do. Is that if things aren't good, you should work on things, and you should work to be better on things. My pride comes in where I don't want you to know that I'm working on something. So, perfect example, like I am sort of self-conscious about my body and my weight. And like I have an average build. I have broad shoulders that make it look like a workout every day, but then I have a bit of a belly, and I've decided I'm gonna start going to the gym so I can turn that belly into abs. They don't have to be good abs, but it just doesn't have to be like a jello bowl downstairs, for lack of a better term. And so I decided this was what I was going to do. To kind of reverse this, to kind of just work on it, type thing. And it was my first day going to the gym last week, and I'm at the gym, and I'm working on this machine for my upper body arms, and by the way, I love doing upper body stuff. Like, I just woke up. So I love doing the body stuff. I love working on my upper body because, first off, I'm way more confident. I'm way more, not only confident, but I feel like I'm way more capable of doing upper body stuff. Because for the most part, like upper body is like there are more machines for it. There's more things to do with the upper body. And when it really comes to my legs and like leg days, it's basically like 4 machines, and then I go on the treadmill, and because I'm really bad at running, I put at just a speed that's like quantifies the speed of walking, and then I sing and dance on the treadmill to myself in the corner, which looks really weird because because I'm at the gym, I don't want anyone to see me at the gym, but I'm over here dancing like, yeah, let's go. And it becomes this weird thing. Where I'm just like dancing in the corner and humming to myself, mouthing along with the words. Like I said, it's weird. But the reason why I bring up this pride and I bring up all this thing is because my first day at the gym, I'm like, alright, cool. I came late enough. No one I know should be here. No one I know should see me. This should be pretty good. Someone I know walked up to me and goes, "Hey, bud, how you doing? I didn't know you came here." And I'm like, my first thought was, fuck. I don't want to be here anymore. But then we kind of we have this conversation, and we're like, yeah, we're good. And I'm like, yeah, something I wanted to start doing, just to kind of like walk on. She goes, oh, we come here like all the time at this time. And I'm like, thanks for telling me. Now I'm going to go later. And it's not because I don't like these people. I love these people. These people are actually going to come back in the story this week. But it's just like, it's my pride thing. Like, I don't want you to see that I'm working on myself. I want you to see the end results after I've worked on myself. After I've worked at a skill, or after I've tried really, really hard to make myself better. I want you to kind of see the results of that, and not necessarily the work I put into it. Same thing kind of with the channel. Even though I can't really have it that way with the channel, But that's kind of what I try to do. Well, like I'll be workshopping things. I'll be working on things for the channel, off the channel, and then once I feel like a big improvement has been made and a big difference has been made, then I'll like release something on the channel or those type of things. And so it's just my pride. It's very much my pride just coming in the way, and for lack of a better way of saying it, just fucking everything up. Just fucking everything up. Which isn't fun. It's not fun to kind of just fuck things up. And then now for this week, it had a very different vibe. This week was a very weird week because last week I worked both jobs. I was doing things all the time, and this week I didn't as much. Like I went to school both days. I worked my first job, my main job, my it was really up to me, my only job. So I worked that every single day and had a great time there. But then I started really and then my second job was like, yeah, we don't really need you this week. We're good. And I was like, all right, we're good. I have to go work for them in like 90 minutes, which I thought it was supposed to be 2 hours, but that's also why I'm yawning all the time because I just woke up and I feel terrible. It was the other thing that sucks is that I am too tired for this. And really what it comes down to, isn't it? It's just that I'm too tired for this current thing. So don't give me this thing. That's really the current issue, is that I'm just not in the mood to be tired, but I am. But let's talk about this week. Now, like I said I was going to like a minute ago, and then still haven't said shit about this week. So besides this week just being a slower week when it comes to work, it was a better week. It was a week that it really was just leading up to one thing, and that one thing was the wedding. Going to the wedding, and it's actually for the wedding for the same people I ran into at the gym, which is how it kind of loops back on itself. Which is interesting, I feel. It's a nice parallel storytelling. But it was one of those things where, like, this entire week, my only real focus was gotta work on projects, gotta make sure I'm good so I can go to the wedding. Gotta work on projects, gotta make sure I'm good so I can go to the wedding. And I get to the wedding, and on the invitation it said informal, formal, or something like that. It was like informal dress, or for like formal casual or something. It said something that made me believe that I could show up to this thing in jeans. That's the gist of it. I was like, oh, okay. But the way they were talking was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be real casual, type thing. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I can show up to this thing in jeans. Cool. So I did. And I'm like, oh, this was a good decision. I like this decision that I made. I'm confident in this decision that I made. And I walk up and I get driven by a friend to go to this thing because they said they were going to have an open bar. So I was like, dope. I'm not going to like a lot of the people here because things, and it'd be great to have a couple of drinks in their face and be like, haha, I can have drinks, type thing. And that's kind of what I did. I was like, I can have drinks, I'm gonna have some drinks. And we get there, And this place is balls to the wall, glitzy, and just posh. And I'm immediately like, I shouldn't have worn jeans to this event. And we walk inside, and everyone is in a suit and tie. The waiters are in suits and ties, and I'm like, I made a terrible miscalculation. Like, everything that I thought was a good idea going into this was in fact a terrible, terrible idea. Which is really fun when that kind of happens, because then you get to be the example of what not to do at a wedding. And I'm like, oh shit. So then it kind of just made even more sense that I was walking around half the time with a beer bottle in my hand. It was like, oh, he's just trashy. Cool. I'm like, I'm not though. I'm not. So that was fun. But I've been to a lot of weddings recently. I don't know what it is, but everyone my age, or 2 to 3 years older or younger than me, feels like right now is a really good time to get married. And I guess it is, the end of the world is coming pretty soon, so that until death do we part won't be that strenuous. That was a dumb joke. But like, they're all getting married right now, and I've been to a lot of weddings, and I've seen a lot of wedding marriages just kind of fall apart, whether it be my own parents' marriage falling apart, or friends of parents falling apart, or just I've watched things hit the shitter, basically. And there's been a lot of build up to this wedding, at least for me, anyway, which is weird because I wasn't really a part of the wedding. I was kind of just an attendee to said wedding, but I really got to see like how much stress it put on the groom and the bride. And I was watching the groom, and the groom's a very chill dude. Like, he's a very like, hey, you know what? Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. God's plan will bring us through. It's gonna be okay type person. And because he has this very like laid back personality, Sunday after I recorded the video, when I kind of look over and he's freaking out, I'm like, oh, maybe it's been a bit more stressful than I thought. And it's just one of those things that like you don't really think about until you're thinking about it, type of thing. If that makes sense. Mainly because I don't plan on getting married anytime soon, or really ever. I would just want a pet fox. That's what my plan is. I plan to get a pet fox. That will solve all my concerns. So I'm just gonna pick up a pet fox. But I'm watching this wedding, and I'm watching how everything's kind of like going, and they have this guest book, and I'm like, okay, so what can I write in this guest book that is within my like character, that feels very me, but also feels very genuine, and it feels very real. And as I'm watching this, and I'm seeing like all the stress that went into this day melt away, and even though that like candles are being broken and glass shattering a couple of times before the actual wedding, I'm watching this, and I wasn't getting emotional. I wasn't having an emotional breakdown like Rogue was next to me, or some of these other people that were just sitting in my, that's my alarm clock telling me to wake up. Within my vicinity, like I wasn't having this emotional reaction, but as I'm sitting here, like kind of like watching everything happen, I'm like, oh, this one will last. this is one that I can actually see lasting, and it was something that it was really beautiful. Um, at least for me, I thought it was really beautiful because first off, I'm at the point where like I don't really believe in marriages anymore. You hear things like, oh, well, statistically, they're all gonna end up broken up and dead. Just, it's all gonna end statistically. And it's like, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that statistic. And it's a statistic that, like, you kind of, like, have to meet head on at this point. Like, people don't stay married until lifetime, which I feel like they should. They get married for, like, 5 years and then they move on with their lives. And it's depressing putting it that way, but it's what happens. But kind of sitting there watching this wedding and just like being a part of this wedding, and it just felt different, and because of how different it felt, I got in their guest book and I wrote in their guest book, you guys make me believe then that marriage can happen. Like, and I don't know if like what I was trying to convey got conveyed through the message, because marriages happen, they just don't stay happened. So I'm not entirely sure if my message stuck the landing. I hope it did, but I am mightily aware that it might not have. Type thing, which, you know, is fine. But it was something that I was glad I was a part of, even though I was feeling really I don't want to say like self-conscious about being there, but I was feeling like kind of like, should I be here? Like, I've only known you guys for like 2 months. Should I really be at your wedding? I think this is a much more bigger event than just, oh yeah, let's get Joe Schmo here. But I don't know. It was beautiful, and then after the wedding, we were all just dancing and we're just having a good time. And I, again, in my infinite knowledge of what to wear at weddings, I chose biker boots because I don't have any good shoes really. So it's like, yeah, biker boots, that would be a good idea. So I'm dancing and clopping around in biker boots on the dance floor, and I'm like, I feel ridiculous. So, yeah. And just one of the things is like, oh, okay, this is what's currently happening. Cool. But I don't know, man. Like, things are crazy, things are ridiculous, but you have to wait till you can find that one person that's like, oh, this is, I can stop searching, I can stop working, I can just be with this person and be happy. And that's a really weird thing, especially for me, because I don't understand that. But, like, seeing it there, seeing it all kind of like play out, I was like, I get it. I get it. And I want to, because I know that the groom watches these videos, and he tells me that he watches videos all the time, and I want to just say, like, thank you for that. So now, before I go and get emotional on the reflection of the events where everyone got emotional, I'm gonna say goodbye, and I'm gonna say, you know, have a nice wedding, have a nice marriage, have a good time, and just know that my entire faith in the marriage system is resting on your shoulders. No pressure. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.